Welcome to the podcast playbook, where we amplify your voice, amplify your business, and amplify your impact. We are Amplify You. Let's go.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast playbook. Recently, we had hosted a special webinar on talks.co, and we thought that it would be a great episode to share with all of you. So today, we're excited to feature Liam Austin, one of the co-founders of talks.co, as he walks us through how you can use the Talks platform to both get quality speakers onto your podcast, as well as get your voice in front of more people by speaking on others. This webinar takes a look at the strategies that Talks.co uses to help the promotion of you and your podcast, as well as a walkthrough on how to effectively set it up. Whether you're a seasoned host or just getting started, you're about to discover a smarter, faster way to grow your reach through podcast guesting. So let's jump in.
All right. So do you want me to just get started, Lexi? We'll jump straight in.
Jump right in.
All right. Awesome. Obviously, I'll be really personal for you guys that are here, but also conscious that there is a recording. So I'll do my best to, give value. And because you guys are here, ask any questions as we go through it. I want to try to make this, as valuable for you as possible and interactive as well. I know, Erica, we covered a couple of questions before Troy jumped on, but just for maybe you, Troy, and Erica, if you want to reply this as well, have you actually been a guest on a show before, on a podcast?
I have, yeah.
Erica's yes. Okay, great. Troy hasn't. All right. Have you ever tried pitching yourself to a show, or was the show actually coming to you in your case, Erica?
I think it was just like, it was so long ago. I think it was just people I met, like networking. I don't think I was pitching.
Okay. Troy, what about yourself? Have you ever tried pitching?
No, I haven't done any of that. I am actually just taking over, getting into podcasting part of it. So
I have like a whole one sheet and everything, but I don't really think I was pitching. I don't remember actually doing that.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're here because you want to get featured on more shows, maybe even create your own podcast at some point?
I am, yes.
Great. Troy as well?
yes.
Yep, great. How many, in the best of worlds, over the next 12 months, if you could be featured on as many shows as you wish, the right types of shows, how many would you like to be featured on, let's say, in the next year?
I say sky's the limit. If you could do one a day, I'd be doing one a day. I mean, I think the more the merrier. Why not, right? I mean, can you find that many shows? I don't know. And how much time do you have to pitch them all? I don't know, but I think the more the merrier for sure. Other people's audiences is, if you're doing somebody else's, I think that's, again, we were saying, if you only get 100 views, that's 100 people. It's not only anything, if you only get 5 views, it's still 5 people that you spent. And then if it, replay and everything else. So I personally think it's worth it. Even if it's a smaller one, I still think it's worth it because it's still a good usage of your time. You're not speaking to just one person, you're speaking to somebody else's audience that could live on.
Absolutely.
I think I can speak to that too. I think I would really like to do, I've done some guesting, but I would really like to get on probably 10 this year, but really aligned shows.
Okay, awesome. So a range there daily through to, once a month. And then most people I hear from is, multiple times a month. So somewhere in between there. So today I want to show you kind of that pathway, how you can do it quickly, simply, automatically. So I know, Erica, you mentioned how long does it take to pitch all these people? Well, if you do it right, and you set it up correctly, it should take you 0 time. And you're being invited onto the right aligned shows automatically, and you're just having it booked into your calendar, you're jumping onto Zoom or however they're recording it, and you're recording the episodes. Does that sound good? Yes, great.
Sounds
Awesome.
amazing.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to share with you. Let's see if it's the right one. Yeah. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, great. So I should probably introduce myself. I'm Liam Austin. I just Googled myself. And it's really interesting, right? Like I own a software called Talks.co. Talks.co helps you get featured automatically on the right shows. And if you are a show and you're looking for guests, you can automatically be matched with the right guests for your shows, the topic, the episode, whatever you might want to be covering. So yes, I've Googled myself. LinkedIn, I'm number 1. Entrepreneurs HQ, this is my website. That's number 2. You can see like not all of these are me. There's another guy here, and sometimes there's a guy that's surfing when you Google myself. But if we scroll down here, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook, you've got X, you've got YouTube, and then you've got Talks.co. So we were talking about SEO before we jumped on, Lexi, about how powerful it is, how important it is, especially when it comes to owning your personal brand. When people are searching for you, looking for you, you're showing up. And owning like the first page of Google, the first 10 results of Google, is something that a lot of experts, or authorities, or people who want to be found and become known want to own that first page, those first 10 results. So make sure, obviously, you've got your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your Twitter, your YouTube profiles, but also getting your Talks profile, which actually showcases that, hey, you're an expert, you're an authority, you've got something to say, you're a message, you've got a message to share in your market, and you're able and willing to jump on podcasts, to jump on shows, to talk about your message and what you do. So I just wanted to showcase you that because when you create your Talks profile, it's basically your Speaker One sheet. Erica, you mentioned that before. You've got your own Speaker One sheet, and there's many different forms of Speaker One sheets. There's the PDF that's kind of static. Is that the type of one that you have, Erica? Or is it a more mobile version?
It was from a long time. I mean, I'd probably redo the whole thing, but yeah, it was a PDF. I think it was like a Canva type thing when I created. PDF.
Okay. Well, yeah, so PDFs are kind of common. People would, email them out to all the event hosts and event managers, organizers, trying to get chosen to speak. And then by the time they look at it a few weeks, months later, maybe that PDF is outdated. All right, so just like your LinkedIn profile, you can jump in, update your LinkedIn profile so it's accurate, it's up to date, you've changed jobs, and it's focused on your career. Your Talks profile is focused on you as an expert, you as a speaker, an authority in your market, in your niche. So similar to LinkedIn, you've got your name, you've got your profile, a bit about yourself, your guest profile, when you're available, that kind of thing as well. And if you scroll down here, I'm in night mode, I think, because it's 7 p.m. here. That's why it's all black. But normally the screen might be white, so you can just play with this in your own time. Talks.co. But all your most recent podcast appearances are appearing here as well, and it's based on what you choose. You can select what you want to appear here, so people can decide, okay, I know Erica, Troy, Lexi are experts on this topic. I'm deciding who I want to bring onto the show to discuss this most recent topic, and I can make that decision based on their profile, their most recent episodes, and I can even go ahead and listen to some of their episodes as well. So that's the Talk speaker profile. I'm going to show you how to quickly set this up. It kind of takes like 10-15 minutes. Erica, you've kind of already got an existing one, so you can just upload that and AI would automatically rewrite it for you and set it up in this format for you. So you've got your Talks.co speaker profile. And what's really, I think, exciting about Talks.co is you can grab your unique username just like you would with Twitter or Instagram or TikTok. You can grab your username, which shows up in the URL. Mine is Liam. So talks.co/Liam. Anyone types that in and they go straight to my speaker profile. So Troy might have talks.co/Troy, for example. Or you might choose your full name if that's your personal brand, the way you want to show up. Now, we've been doing this for a few months now. We've got hundreds or even thousands now of people on the platform that are matching, that are getting results. And I'll show you some of those results and some of that feedback in a moment. But I wanted to just, this is kind of, I think, exciting, or especially for me, but I think for every authority expert that's out there, that we're seeing people who have joined the Talks platform, when we search for their personal brand, their name, like Heather Kohler here, you can see she's got her website, her Instagram is up there. You've got her LinkedIn, another website, and then you've got the Talks profile. Heather Kohler talks on business development and, you know, whatever else she talks on. Dallas, own profile, Instagram, and then number 3, when you search for Dallas's name, is talks.co. And there's a few more here. Elia, I think that's about 9th. Rachel, where is she? She's like 8th. So always top 10. Henrik's number 3. And this is quite new, so I'm assuming this is going to move up. So similar to how LinkedIn is typically at the very top, I'm assuming, like, I'm not saying we're going to be, you know, competing with LinkedIn, but like just in terms of the way you show up online as an authority, as an expert. Okay, LinkedIn, here's my career page. Talks, here's my Talks page, where I speak and where I do my presentations. Just a couple more before I move in. Okay, I think Stephen's 3rd. Yep, there's another one, Broden's 3rd as well. This one looks like they're about 5th or so. Oh, that's interesting. Beatrix talks on email automation. Inbox are really, you know, specific, and you can see how different it is from some of the other listings that she has when people Google her name, and they're looking for reviews. They're looking to decide, well, do I want to work with this person? Oh, they're an expert, they're an authority. Let me listen to and consume some of their content. Right, so similar to their YouTube channel, you've got the Talks platform to support you there as well. Okay, any kind of questions on any of that, or how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's super important how we show up when somebody Googles us. I think that is very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think just being able to control that as well and making sure you're showing up. I don't know if you've got like a common name where you're competing with other people, but you know, you want to be the person that actually shows up under your personal brand for sure. Very important.
So Liam, can you share with us, or if you have this information yet, like how are people getting those Talks listings so high comparatively from 9th to 3rd? Are they doing more interviews? What does that look like?
Yeah, there's a couple of things, and I'm going to demo how to set it up and do it properly so you can be shown at 1, 2, or 3, but definitely on the top 10 is where you want to be. And typically, if you start your Talks profile, you create it, and the steps we're going to be going through today, you'll be within the top 10 within, let's say, 1 to 2 months. Typically, this is what we've been seeing. So very quick, pretty quick in terms of SEO. SEO sometimes takes 3 months, 6 months, so 1 to 2 months is quite quick for, you know, these personal brands. Okay, great. So what I want to do now is just kind of quickly take you through and keep the questions coming through as we go through this. But what I want to do is show you like the ideal scenario of how we can get featured on shows, podcasts, be chosen as the #1 choice to talk on the topic, to be invited onto the show versus anyone else they could be inviting, how they're going to choose you, how we build out that ideal scenario, and then address the problem, the situation that is actually happening in the marketplace right now for hosts who are making the decision of who they should be bringing as a guest and featuring in front of their audience. So here's just some of our users of the Talks platform. I'll just read out one or two. In the last 4 weeks, I found 12 guest spots. Didn't do any before then. That was Brian. Andrea recently received 4 podcast matches in a short span and already recorded 1 episode. Okay, awesome. So people are using Talks. It's automatically matching them, and they're being invited onto podcasts in their niche, in their marketplace, and they're able to show up there, showcase their expertise, and get in front of new audiences. So I'm going to skip some of this. I've got a kind of longer presentation, but I just want to go through the things that are kind of relevant for you, and we'll get into a Q&A probably in about, I want to do a bit of a demo after this. So this will probably take maybe 10 minutes, and then we'll go into a demo of maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll kind of go into the Q&A section. But as I said, like, as you've got questions as we're going through this, please just jump in. Okay, so yeah, building and becoming the #1 authority in your niche, I think, is really important. Being seen as the go-to expert, as the #1 choice, you know, especially if you're a coach, a consultant, expert who's selling your services. Yeah, you want to be the #1 choice. You want to be top of mind and get in front of, you can get more exposure, more visibility to your ideal clients. So how do we do that? How do we do that in terms of like getting featured on podcasts, on shows? Well, we want a system, right? We don't want to spend hours pitching and then getting rejected, right? It's not the funnest experience, and maybe it's not the best use of our time either. We want to be as productive as possible. And with the internet, with AI, with technology and tools, we can automate a lot of this. So what does that kind of system look like? Well, what you want to develop a system for yourself that positions you as an expert. It gets you in front of the right podcasts that are aligned with you in your niche, that matches you with new opportunities to appear on shows rather than you having to reach out and chase people. You're actually being introduced and matched to the right shows. So you're being connected directly with the host of those shows, not necessarily other people that are maybe managing them. And then it actually books the interview for you. So I'm going to just, as I mentioned before, take you through how to quickly and automatically find matches, whether you're a beginner, you've never been a guest before, and you're going to be appearing on your first show and maybe you're nervous. How do I do it? We can show you a really simple way to get started, as well as for seasoned experts, how to get on top shows and find the right shows. So a little bit about me. Yeah, I'm showing, I'm owning Google for my name, which is great. But who am I? So in 2015, I launched my first virtual summit, and virtual summit is where you invite, well, in this case, my first virtual summit, I invited 35 speakers to come and speak on my stage. We had 15,000 people register to attend. So that meant that I generated 15,000 leads for my business. I got 15,000 email addresses and the contact details of my ideal clients. I had 35 speakers come and speak at my event, which means I had to reach out and find the right speakers who I wanted to collaborate with in building this summit. Since then, I've had 400 speakers come and speak on my shows. So I've really got that process, that system down, like what I'm looking for, who the best types of speakers are that bring the value, that bring the content, and bring all these other things that I'm looking for in a partner, right? Partnering, collaborating with on my show, on my events. Someone that's coming and speaking in front of my audience, I want to make sure that they're vetted in the right way. So I was doing this manually up until like a year ago, and I've developed Talks now to help automate that process. But then I've also been on the other side of the mic, where I've been a guest on other people's shows, podcasts, summits, conferences, all virtually, digitally. I've done, a couple in person, but what I'm kind of sharing with you today is about getting on virtual digital stages so you can reach global audiences. Okay, so before we get into the system, I just want to address like the big issue, the big problem that we have in the marketplace right now. And it's a situation that I uncovered being a host myself. And in building the Talks platform, I wanted to just validate this issue, this struggle with other hosts. So I went out there and interviewed dozens of show hosts who had been running podcasts for at least 3 years, who had at least 100 episodes under their belt. And the situation is that hosts are getting spammed. So when we're talking about pitching, and I was asking you guys, like, have you pitched yourself in front of a podcast before? And the next question I was going to ask, well, how much results have you got from that? How well is it working for you? And typically it's like, oh, I'm getting a few here and there, but most of the time I never hear back, or they just decline me, right? So what's happening when you're sending those pitches is it's actually being received by a human, another person, and their experience from my surveys and my research is that they feel like it's spam. They feel like it's spammy, it's irrelevant, it's maybe templatized, it's not personalized at all. It doesn't even feel like they've made any kind of effort. So why would they want to be inviting you onto their show? They're not going to want to. It's like a bad first impression. And first impressions are everything, right? So those emails, they're just being ignored, they're being thrown in the trash, or in my case, I'll just tell my VA, just send them to decline. Like, here's the template, just send them the automatic reply, because, you know, my VA in the Philippines can tell whether it's a template that's spammy and just sent out to hundreds or maybe thousands of hosts, and yeah, where they're just being rejected. And this is happening across the board for pretty much every single host that I speak with. I can see, Lexi, you nodding along with me there. You probably know about that. Okay, so how do we kind of address it? Well, there's two ways of getting booked. There is that do-it-yourself way where you go out there and pitch yourself, or you can use an agency. So both options will get you results. How effective they are, well, obviously I want to show you that the automated way of doing it is the best way, but definitely there's other ways of doing it. But with the do-it-yourself way where you're emailing, you're pitching people, it is high effort, it's time consuming, trying to figure out their email address and who to speak with and what to write. People who are doing this are just using a template and they're not personalizing it, so it becomes spammy. And then, yeah, the ones that actually do reply, that do say yes, are maybe not the highest quality podcasts, and so you're getting featured on them, but it's not leading to any results. There's no sales, no clients coming through. So how do I get quality? Well, you use an agency. Agency will typically get you better results. I get you in front of the bigger podcasts, but they are expensive. They start from $500 per month all the way up to $5,000 per month. And potentially they've got these already established relationships with podcasts, and then it's just, you know, you and all your competitors being featured on all exactly the same podcasts. And, you know, do you want that? And, you know, maybe there is some value in there, but there's very limited personalization sometimes in those outreach. And ultimately, people want to be doing business with people. We all know this. So if you're a host, I want to be in touch with the guest directly as much as possible. So if you're a guest, go and speak with them directly. And if they're a host, they're going to feel like, okay, great, this person I'm getting to know, and I can make a quick decision on whether this person's the right fit or not, rather than talking through an agency. Just guys, let me know in the chat whether you agree with this ideal scenario, but this is like the system. This is like the ideal scenario in the best of worlds that I wish was around. So first of all, what do we want? We want to position ourselves in the right way. We want to attract the attention of podcasts in our niche. We want to be introduced to podcasts rather than cold pitching or doing cold outreach. We want a clear path to a confirmed interview. So it's smooth, it's automated. Number 5, it works like a system. So it continuously keeps booking us on shows. Do you guys agree with that? Just, I can see you guys nodding along there. Put it in the chat if you want. But this ideal scenario, right? I've been looking at getting speakers on my shows since 2015, so a decade now. I've been featured on other people's shows for over a decade, and this ideal scenario is not always easy to find or to replicate. There is manual systems that I've built, but I've built now a tool that I wish I had years ago, and now you've got access to it as well. It's free, talks.co. You build your speaker profile and hosts can come in, invite you onto their show, and shows can find the perfect guest for their episodes. So how does this system work? Like, if this is the ideal scenario that we've all agreed to, we're all nodding along. Well, number 1, we want to position ourselves the right way. How do we do that? We create a speaker one sheet, right? It might be in the PDF form, or we modernize and we have talks.co/Troy or talks.co/Lexi, like it's our first name. We create a free basic account on Talks. We set up our free speaker profile. It's a step-by-step process. You just go through, answer pretty straightforward questions, and then you end up with your speaker profile that looks a little something like this. So this is mine, talks.co/Liam. Liam is my username. So I've grabbed just my first name and used it as my username on the Talks platform. Talks is a really short domain. And typically when you're seeing these online speaker profiles that are out there, you might be on speakerdirectory.com/speaker profile/first name, last name, and then some random numbers afterwards. And it doesn't, it doesn't show you as in the best light, right? It feels like, what are all these numbers here? Why is there such a long URL? It's not super clean. You want to show up professionally as an expert, to be chosen that, hey, like I'm going to show up professionally. I'm going to give a ton of value to your audience. And that very first impression is so important. So getting talks.co/your name really highlights that, and people can explore your expertise and your previous experience via looking at your Talks profile. I've already gone through that. Sarah is my partner in building Talks. She's also my life partner. We started doing at these summits in 2015, 10 years ago. So she's got talks.co/Sarah. So any of the Sarahs out there, you might have to go Sarah and then your last name. Okay, so great. We've positioned ourselves in the right way. There's a simple free way to do that. Now, how do we actually attract the attention of podcasts in our niche? Well, when you sign up with Talks, you just choose your level of visibility. That means you can just upgrade to one of the paid levels if you want to get more exposure, more visibility, you want more matches, you want to appear on more shows, you get more connections, there's more features, there's more advanced access that you get to view, such as, what is the audience size of this show? How this person that I'm being matched with, how big is their email list? Are they going to promote me to their email list? Am I going to get in front of not just their podcast listening audience, but also their viewership on YouTube? How many subscribers do they have there? What's their average number of views that they get on episodes? Like, when you upgrade, you get access to some of these data, which is not available to, the free account holders. So to attract the attention of podcasts in your niche, you can just choose your level of visibility, and then you want to be introduced to podcasts rather than actually doing the outreach yourself. So you come into just the matches section of the platform, and you just click on interested or not interested. And I'll show you this in a demo a little bit later. You show interest in a show, they'll be notified. And if they show interest in having you on the show, you'll be notified that they want to bring you on the show and you can record the episode. So what does that look like? Well, you just personally message your match and you schedule the interview straight away. So that's the confirmed path, like the clear automated path to recording your interview. And then, okay, how does this work like a system? Well, you're getting new matches all the time because we're getting dozens of people signing up to the Talks platform every single week, which means there's new matches being delivered to you every single week. If you want to come back every day and check your matches, you can. But typically when you first sign up, you'll have a dozen or a few dozen matches. And once you've gone through those 12, 24 podcasts will be, replying to you and deciding whether they want to actually have you on their show or not. So this can then slowly build up over time. As you show more and more interest, podcasts will start coming back to you when they're ready to invite you onto their show. So if you want to get on a daily podcast over the next 12 months, then what do you need? You need 365 kind of interests and matches on the platform if you want 100% success rate in this matches element, which there's going to be places where you're not the right fit, and that's okay. We don't want to waste time pitching or matching with people that or shows that aren't the right fit. So let's just put you in front of the right shows at the right time. Okay, so before we jump into the demo, go and grab your talks.co account today. It's free. Set up your free podcast show profile as well as your speaker profile. And once you've got both of those set up, you can log into both of those accounts. And as the host, you can explore all the guests that are being matched with you. And as a speaker or a guest, you can go and look at all the matches that are being suggested automatically to you. An interesting kind of stat here as well, when we look at $150 for a year, $300 for a year, I showed you before that some podcast agencies are charging $500 to $5,000 per month to get you booked on what's typically 2 to 4 podcasts per month. So let's say they book you on 4 podcasts, which is at the higher end per month. They're charging you $500, which is at the cheaper end, right, of things. It's just over $100 per episode that you'd be paying for. But on the other end of things, right up to the higher end, podcast guests are paying up to $50,000 to appear on popular shows, the very top 0.01% of shows. And this is just an article that I thought I'd share with you from Bloomberg that was actually published 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember exactly when this was. 2022, there it is in the URL. So what's that? 3 years ago now. So people may be paying even more than that now to appear on shows. Yeah, pretty crazy. But why are people paying that amount of money? Why are potential presidents of countries, of states appearing on podcasts? Because it gets them results. So you're in the right place. If you're thinking about getting featured on more shows, starting your own show, I'd definitely put it at the very top of my list of things to do if you want more visibility, more clients, and making more revenue this year.
Thanks so much, Liam. I think just, having that process, that system that you were thinking about in your brain for so long laid out so clearly for people to quite easily implement is a gift to us all.
Excellent. I'm glad you guys like that. And I've got the demo that I thought I'd show you guys how you could get onto the top results on Google, but also how can you get more matches? How can you be creating the best possible speaker profile? If you guys are keen for me to take you through that.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep. Okay, awesome. And then, just keep the questions coming. Just unmute yourself. I think that's probably best because I missed maybe some things in the chat, and we're a nice small group today, so that's perfect. All right, so let me share my screen again. I talked to you guys about, where is it? Talks.co. So when you come in here, you create your speaker profile, and it's done pretty automatically. Let me kind of take you through the demo and walk you through what you need to do as you kind of take those steps. But yeah, cool, Erica. Excited to kind of see you on the platform. So when we sign up, I'll just go here and edit my profile. Basically, you fill out this form and you think like, oh wow, there's maybe a lot of details here I need to be filling out. But the cool thing is here is that you can actually upload some information about yourself. So add as much context as you can. If you guys are familiar with like AI, ChatGPT, and you use it a lot, like it's only as good, I see you guys nodding, yeah, it's only as good as the data, the information that it has access to. So in this case, about you. So uploading information like your speaker one sheet, your LinkedIn profile, podcast transcripts, interviews about people interviewing you. Like I think all of that kind of information will help the AI provide you with better matches and also automatically create your speaker profile on your behalf in a way where you don't have to edit it so much and where people decide, okay, great, this is someone I want to bring onto my show. So to add more contacts, this will be prompted to you when you're signing up the first time for free. Otherwise, you just follow the steps that I just took to get to this page. And you can just upload information. You can select your file here and upload it. If you don't have a file, you're thinking, well, how do I upload my LinkedIn here? LinkedIn, Liam. Well, you just follow these steps here. You go to your LinkedIn profile, you click on the More button, which I'll just kind of quickly show you guys where that is, because I have been asked that question before. But you can basically download a copy of your LinkedIn profile, and you can go to resources here and you click on save to PDF. This used to be the More button, and now it's changed to resources. You just click on save to PDF. It'll download your LinkedIn profile, and then you just come back to Talks and you upload it here and you add context. And again, I wouldn't just add my speaker one sheet or my LinkedIn. I'd be adding as much information about my professional speaking career, my expertise as possible. I mean, it needs to be in the form of a PDF, but anything you can copy and paste into like a Google Doc, you can then save it as a PDF and upload it here. Great, you guys know that. All right, awesome. So once you've done that, the tool will automatically create your speaker profile, and you'll go, yep, I love it, or I want to make some edits. You make some manual edits. You know, it's your profile, you can do whatever you want with it. And then we manually approve it just to make sure that it's not spammy. We've got real people on here and we've got quality guests and shows. And then once you've created your speaker profile, which with AI kind of can take you 10 minutes, the platform will show you matches. So, okay, here's some shows, here's some podcasts that we think you'd be a great fit for. And in my case, these are my matches. I'm logged in as my profile, although if you're an agency and you want to have multiple profiles in here, you can create multiple profiles. So multiple speaker profiles if you're representing experts, but then also you can upload, manage the accounts of your shows as well. So I'm logged in as myself. These are real matches for me. And I can say I'm either interested or not interested. Save for later, that's kind of like, I don't like that one. I'm personally like advocating to remove this one. There's 3 co-founders building this. And so I think that's just like delaying it. Like you're either interested or you're not, and move on, right? Let's get featured on shows as quickly as possible. Saving for later just delays the decision for later. And it's just, you're the bottleneck. It's waiting on you. So I'm interested or I'm not interested, and I might say, okay, the CEO Holy Grail, that's something that I'd be happy to appear on. And I've clicked on interest now, and it's shown me the next show. So always it's just showing you one match at a time. So you can make a decision of whether this show is right for you by focusing on just one show at a time. Okay, the last episode was published 7 days ago. They've done 27 episodes. Okay, great. I'm a beginner podcaster. I haven't really been a guest before. This person's just starting. You know, this could be a good experience for me to get started with this show. So I'm going to show interest in these ones as well. Okay, well, here's another one. They published 2 days ago. They've done almost 300 episodes. All right, now we're talking. I don't know. What's their size of their audience? What's their listenership? Is it the right fit for me? Gratitude Geek is maybe that's not the right fit for me trying to reach out to podcast hosts and guests and speakers. So I want to view more details. So I can click on this view more details, which is this blue button in the bottom right hand corner here, and it'll pop up. I can see more information about their target audience, why this is the podcast pitching you, why you should join and be part of their show. You can do a bit of a quicker overview about their audience and how they want to interview. And this promotional information here, this is like, okay, how many downloads does the show get? How many email subscribers do they have? How many followers maybe do they have on social media? This is showcased to people who have those paid levels. Otherwise, it's hidden. And there's some new data that we're actually adding to this section here, which will be, I think, a lot more valuable to show hosts, because at the moment, show hosts are having to manually update this and fill out the information. And we're gathering some data now that will allow us to automatically fill this up, which means it'll be more accurate. And for you as a guest or a speaker, you'll be able to decide whether that show is worth your time. And you know what? Like, it's not always about the size of the audience. Even if you just get 10 people listening through your whole episode, and you've showed up in the right way, and it is the right type of person, you can get like 2, 3, 4, 5 clients from that one show. So it's about getting in front of the right people as well. I'm going to show interested as well, and again, it's showing me another podcast. So I can just keep going through this, interested, not interested, until it's exhausted. And really, I should keep going through all these matches until it's completely exhausted. I've got no more matches left. And now it's up to the hosts to make a decision on whether they want to bring me on to their show or not. Any questions on this section? No, we're good. Self-explanatory. Cool. Okay. So, and if you need help, just click that help button and it'll explain what you need to do. All right. What I want to share with you next is our share page. So you just click on the share button here, and you get taken to what's called our share page. This is where you get access to your personal referral link, which is, if you ever forget, well, what's my link to my speaker profile? You can just copy it here, and you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, email, and you can let people know that, hey, I'm an expert. I do talks, presentations, I do interviews, and I'm available to speak. And one thing that we've just released in the last kind of week or so is the ability for you to actually earn commission, earn money for anyone who clicks on your speaker profile. So literally goes to talks.co/Liam or talks.co/Lexi, and they click through that link and they see your profile, right? They see you're the expert, they read about you, and then they decide, you know what, I think I want to sign up for talks as well. They sign up, they grab a free account, and you are credited for those referrals. The free plans, obviously there's no paid commissions, but we do have prizes for referrals, and yeah, anyone who upgrades, you're going to get commission. And it's like anywhere between 20 to 30% commission based on your tier, whether you're a paid account, a Talks Pro user, or a Talks free user. We've got a leaderboard here. You can track your referrals, how much you've earned, and there's some questions here for you as well. But I think the thing is here, if you're ever looking to like, okay, I want to share my profile, I want to put it on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, well, just come here and you can grab your personal referral URL and share it across the interwebs. Now, Lexi asked a question before, like, how do I get into the top 10 with Talks? Well, the quickest way is to go to your existing profiles and you add your Talks link to Instagram, to LinkedIn, to Twitter. So for me, I've added my talks.co/Liam link here in LinkedIn, and leave it here for 1-2 months, and it'll quickly see that, okay, your Talks profile is attached to your LinkedIn profile. We want to rank these, right next to each other, right at the top of Google, and do the same with Facebook as well. I'm just going to see if I can get my account quickly. Yeah, it's loading pretty fast. All right. So here it's like, okay, want to be featured on podcasts, join talks.co for free, connect with me, talks.co/Liam. I've added, you can edit this text, do whatever you want with this section, but I've added it there, and just find a similar place on X, Twitter, on Instagram, and all the other socials. But talks.co/your name, it's pretty short URL. It doesn't take up many characters, so you can use it in your bios, in your bio link quite quickly and easily. And then with those links coming from your Facebook account, your Facebook page, your LinkedIn company page, your LinkedIn profile, your socials, that'll tell Google, hey, okay, this is associated with you, this Talks profile. All of this is unique content. It's you being shown as an expert that's available for Talks, and it will rank you right up there in the top 10, hopefully within the first few weeks. Okay, so that's with the sharing of the profile and how you can really get into those top results of Google. I've covered this already. This is how you add more context to your profile. Again, you just come in here, you click on edit this profile, and you can edit your profile, add more context. This is my LinkedIn I think profile that's here at the moment, but I should be adding a lot more, like multiple documents. You can upload 5, 10, 50, 100, and you'll get better matches. You'll get better suggestions for your profile, because if we scroll down here as well, you could have AI rewrite the profile based on the context that it has, the information it has about you. And you can do this as many times as you want. For instance, if I click on this now, it'll pop up and I can just click on generate suggestions, and it'll generate a few suggestions for this section. Let's see how long it's going to take to do this. Normally it's a lot quicker. Maybe it's because I'm live, but it'll come up with some suggestions. There we go. Oh, it was quite long. That's probably why. And then I can either choose to use this or show me more like this one here. And then if I say, show me more like this one, and then I like this one, I can actually decide, okay, yes, let's use this one, and it'll automatically just switch it to update your profile. So you don't have to really write anything. You don't have to do anything manually. You can just use AI. If you come here to the profile context section and you add more context, the AI will automatically update and make your profile more relevant. And jump in and just personalize it to make it your own. The next thing that I'll show you is finding past episodes. So if you have appeared on a podcast, on a YouTube show, Apple, Spotify, wherever, hopefully our tool can find you, and you just click here, search for episodes, find my episodes, and it'll search for your name and the information, all the context it has about you, to find shows that you've been featured on. And since I last did this, which was a few days ago now. I haven't appeared on any more podcasts. So I'm not on any new shows on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple or anything. So it hasn't found any. But if I knew I had been featured on a show and it didn't find it, I can just go and grab the podcast URL, which could be something like this, podcast.apple.com, and then you just grab your episode link, and then you click on look up, and it'll give you a drop down, and you can just find your episode, and that's me there, how to be a podcast guest and get booked with Liam Austin. I click on that, and then I can add the episode to my profile. It'll add that context to your information in the Talks platform, and it will be showcased on your talks.co/your name, your speaker profile.
So Liam, when you say the context from those episodes, is it just like the show notes and the description that it's pulling from, or the episode transcript?
Yeah, good question. Answer is everything.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's costing us a bit of money to kind of do this in the back end, as you can imagine, do all these things. That's why, if you upgrade, you'll, get more and more access to cool things that we're releasing that allows you to, how to show up in the episode right, how to answer questions in the right way, what types of questions typically the show host will be asking. This is how we recommend that you reply based on your profile, the context we have about you. And there's some really cool things that we can start doing with this platform that just makes your life easier, getting you, yes, featured on more podcasts, but okay, what about how do we get more visibility for yourself? How do we reach more people? How do we show up more? How do we let people know that we're an authority? We're building all of that, and those are some of the features that are kind of coming soon.
Amazing.
So now that sets up your speaker profile. What about your podcast profile then? How is that free as well, or is there a cost to put your podcast on?
Oh, it's free as well. It's free as well. There are some, kind of paid levels as well.
Yes.
Yeah, for that. But it's very similar. So let's say I want to just test out the platform. I can do some searches and see the kind of shows that are on, or I can look at guests, and it's not going to switch automatically. I'm going to search for guests here. I'll need to type something in and then hit the send button, and it'll bring me back the right kind of matches. So you can test it first of all. But if you're a show, you just come up here, you sign up, you enter your details, you create your free account. The very first question that will be asked is, are you a podcast host, or are you a show host? And if you say yes to that, it'll take you to go create your podcast show profile. If you say no to that, it'll take you to go create your speaker profile. And just to kind of show you how simple it is, rather than entering all my details now, I'll just tell you that once you click yes, I am a podcast host, it'll say, okay, what's the URL for your podcast? And you just type that in, and the tool will automatically go and grab all the information about your show, pull it in, and you'll say, yes, that's my show. And then it will automatically create your show profile, and you can edit it, approve it, and then you can start looking at your potential guests for your show immediately.
Awesome.
I wanted to share, Liam, I spent maybe 10 minutes in total setting up my own podcast on Talks, and got 3 really fantastic quality guests within that 10-minute frame. So I'm actually recording with one today. He's an NBA All-Star and kind of mental health advocate. Pretty big speaker. So 10 minutes to set up the account, and got 3 fantastic quality guests.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm so glad that's worked for you, Alexi. And let me know how it transpires, because one of the biggest benefits that I got out of bringing speakers onto my stage or being interviewed on other people's stages is that relationship. that is built. And I do see the Talks platform not just as a singular transaction where you're just trying to get a recorded episode out there. Yeah, that's kind of like our North Star at the moment. We want to get you that to happen as quickly as possible. But what happens after that? We want to try to, like, that's the next iteration of the product, really, is trying to make sure that, yeah, that relationship grows and there's a lot more benefits and, you know, fruits can be picked.
That's amazing, because that's where the good stuff happens, right? Is in those relationships after the recordings.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I think that's covered, well, most things, hopefully to get people started. And yeah, I'm always an open book, so people can reach out as well.
Oh, you are still here. I'm honored. Thank you. If you're ready to take the next step, go grab the podcast playbook. It's free, amplifyu.com. Every step you need is there. And if we can help, don't be afraid to reach out. Happy potting.